Luka, you guys had such a big lead, and they made it so interesting there in the fourth quarter. What did you guys know you had to do?
Yeah, just stay in the game. Every NBA team can make a run. I think they play very good at home, so it was a tough. We got up, kind of relaxed a little bit. But the most important thing, we got to win.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
So that was Luka Doncic tonight hanging out in Drakeland as the Dallas Mavericks actually beat the Toronto Raptors in Toronto 125-118. Luka had a triple-double, 30 points on the night. We are going to talk about the Dallas Mavericks tonight on the NBA Rundown. Personally, I think they have one of the deepest teams in the association. There's a few other teams that maybe are a little deeper than the Mavericks, but the Mavericks have something that a lot of other teams in the NBA don't have, which is the ability to play small and the ability to play big. They can play differently against different teams because of the makeup of their roster. So we're going to talk about that. I'm also going to play more of that interview. Look, you have a fantastic NBA sideline reporter when she actually asks Luka Doncic. Remember, this person works essentially for the Dallas Mavericks. She's actually going to ask Luka Doncic about his defense. I'm just saying. So we've got all of that, and trust me, a whole lot more coming up on the NBA Rundown. All right. Super quick, new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and, of course, like this video. Also, check out our audio version of our podcast, which is on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, or wherever you get your podcast from. Now, it is safe to say that the Dallas Mavericks didn't really have a great start to the season, but they have actually won 11 out of 12 games. That's right, for you mathematicians in the stands, they are 11-1. And Luka has certainly been playing very good basketball. Now, he's not scoring quite as much as he scored last year. He's down by a couple points on a scoring average, and some of the other statistics are slightly down as well. In tonight's triple-double, Luka had 30, 11 assists, and 13 rebounds. I should also point out that Kyrie Irving had a big night tonight. He scored 29 points in the game. In addition to that, PJ Washington showed up with 13. He averages about 12 and a half a game. Speaking of averaging just 12 and a half points a game, if we were doing that, we might also be talking about Klay Thompson, who is basically skiing down the backside of Career Mountain now. If you will, he's 2 stops away from the bottom of the mountain. Still, he has a lot left in the tank, and some nights you'll get part of old Klay, which is what happened tonight when he scored 20 points in the game and was 3 for 9 from the three-point arc. Now, this Dallas Mavericks team is absolutely for real. We are going to talk about the depth on this team, slightly how it actually compares to some of the other teams in the NBA that also have extremely good depth. We'll get to that in just a second, but I wanted to play more of that interview. And remember, this sideline reporter is actually going to ask Luka about his defense.
Straight now for you guys, and so many of those have been on the road. Depth is definitely one of the things. What else has been key?
It's the chemistry, staying together. We can easily collapse when they came back, but we stay together, and we got to win, Just keep going like that. It's fun out there.
Another triple-double for you and another good night of defense. Which one are you more proud of?
Now we're going to match the defense. It's good. I think we play great defense. I think they made some unexpected threes that we kind of live with. And, we just got to do a little better job, knowing who's shooting, who's not. Just keep winning.
I mentioned this earlier, but it seems like you guys are having so much fun. How great is the camaraderie right now with you guys?
Great. I mean, like I said, chemistry is the top. We're just getting started. It's the start of the season. Things going to get better and better, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
All right. Thanks, Luka.
So that sideline reporter definitely deserves a raise, in my opinion. Now, I want to talk about the Dallas Mavericks' depth a little bit. and how they actually use the depth. Now, if they're going up against a team that has larger players, then you'll see Daniel Gafford significantly more. You'll see Derek Lively significantly more in the rotation as well. On the nights in which the Dallas Mavericks are playing a team that is, quite frankly, a little smaller and faster, they certainly have enough depth to actually make the changes with Quentin Grimes and Spencer Dinwiddie, who apparently had no desire to play with the Los Angeles Lakers anymore. Because if Spencer Dinwiddie played the way he's playing for the Dallas Mavericks, and he did that with the Los Angeles Lakers last season, he'd still be in purple and gold. Now, the team chemistry, as Luka actually referenced in that interview, is also very important. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time for team chemistry to develop. Now, we know that the additions of PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford at the trading deadline last year were absolutely key in the Dallas Mavericks actually making a run to the NBA Finals. I think the addition of Klay Thompson, who is a shell of his former self, did take a little bit time to actually get the team to adjust. Klay also has to adjust to the big and small lineups that Jason Kidd is going to throw out at any given time. Now, I'm not saying the Dallas Mavericks are the best team in the NBA and are definitely going to win the NBA title this year. But what I am saying is that this Dallas Mavericks team on paper, as well as actually on the court, is proving to everybody that the depth that they have certainly is going to make them a major contender once again in the Western Conference. Now, there are a couple other teams in the NBA that actually have really good benches and have significant depth and can also do what the Dallas Mavericks are doing, play big or play small. The Boston Celtics are certainly one of the teams that comes to mind. Just think about how great Peyton Pritchard has been playing with the Celtics at this point. In addition to the Celtics, certainly you have to bring up the Oklahoma City Thunder as well. Though without Chet in the lineup right now, they are at a bit of a disadvantage from the perspective of being able to play different style lineups. Now, they do have Hartenstein on the team, so when you see Chet back, they will be, of course, one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA, and they're already one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA, despite the fact that Chet Holmgren is out with an injury. So, in terms of the depth, though, with this Dallas Mavericks team and how it actually matches up with some of the other teams, ask yourself this question. Do you want Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and J-Dub, or do you want Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving in a 7-game playoff series? Assume all the other pieces are basically equal, and assume everybody that I just mentioned is actually healthy. Where are you actually putting your money? Are you putting your money on SGA and J-Dub, or are you going to put your money on Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving? Look, at the end of the day, this Dallas Mavericks team, as it's currently constructed, certainly has enough talent, I believe, to actually beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in a 7-game series. Now, do I think they can actually beat the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series in the NBA Finals, or maybe the Cleveland Cavaliers? That's a different conversation, I think, for a different day. But in terms of this Dallas Mavericks team having enough depth and having enough strategy on the coaching side with Jason Kidd, and having enough talent on the bench with Quentin Grimes, Spencer Dinwiddie, Daniel Gafford, they'll certainly add an additional player, I'm sure, before the trading deadline. Look, this team is actually positioned in a really good spot to make a serious run at an NBA Finals once again. All right. So those are my thoughts on the Dallas Mavericks at this point. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to the NBA Rundown. We try to do a show a day if we can. Once again, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please go ahead and subscribe. For the NBA Rundown, I am Dave DeBaugh, wishing you all a tremendous rest of your sports viewing day.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.